Made a very difficult decision.
Right now at 6, scandals force Philadelphia's district attorney from fighting to keep his office.
I've made a very difficult decision not to seek re-election.
After dodging the NBC 10 investigators for months,
Mr. Williams, come on.
today, Seth Williams said he's brought shame to the post. His ethics controversies too distracting for him to stay in office.
You're not going to take any questions?
Today, Seth Williams announced he won't run for re-election.
And no one has questioned Williams over the past several months more than the NBC 10 investigators and reporter Mitch Blocker. And Mitch is joining us now here in the studio. You had more questions for him today, Mitch.
Yeah, for months we've made dozens of interview requests with the Philly DA to talk about his multiple scandals. He has never agreed. So instead, we have had to ask him questions at news conferences and public appearances. Today, he told us those questions have become too distracting for him to stay in office.
This is a decision I'm making, I believe, in the best interest of this office and in the best interest of my family.
It could be the end of his 20 years in political life. Two-term District Attorney Seth Williams' re-election run is over.
And I no longer want in any way to stand in the way of the men and women of this office that have a mission of doing justice and serving the citizens and ensuring safety every day.
For months, he avoided questions about his conduct. In September, when we looked into his nonprofit foundation's finances.
You got a second to chat with us?
And later that month,
Mr. Williams, come on.
when we had questions about the gifts he took from friends and colleagues but neglected to report. He dodged us for weeks after being fined $62,000 by the Philadelphia Board of Ethics, even driving away in his city-issued car.
Mr. Williams. Hey, can you talk to us for a second, sir?
Instead of facing questions. Wednesday was the first time we saw him publicly in weeks.
With people calling for your resignation because of the ethics violations, are you going to resign?
No, I'm not going to resign.
It was a news conference about exonerating the innocent, but the questions focused on his scandals. Today, he told us those questions forced his hand.
The first 5 questions were about me receiving gifts, not about safety, not about justice. The questions were about gifts.
He didn't take any questions today, but we continued to ask them.
And with that, I thank all of you.
Mr. Williams, are you worried about any criminal charges for your conduct? Sir, Mr. Williams, are you concerned about any criminal charges that you may face because of your conduct?
Thank you, Mitch.
You're not going to take any questions? Now, as we've continued investigating and questioning Seth Williams, his staff has repeatedly told us to talk to his campaign. They said he wanted to keep his public office separate from politics. Right now, we do not know why he made this political announcement from his public office on City Time. For the investigators, I'm Mitch Blocker, NBC 10 News.